Now, you must sentence him passing.
She was just 6 years old and was punished for something she knew nothing about. Justice is the name of the daughter of the late Laniata Kepara, who was falsely accused of practicing sangoma in 2012 and burned to death in Mt Hagen. There were no prosecutions of the known killers of Laniata, and now her daughter has survived the same lack of justice. With the joint efforts of Lutheran missionary in Enga, Anton, Lutz and Tribal Foundation, the girl was rescued last month and taken to safety, where she is recovering from her wounds. Tribal Foundation's president, Gary Bustin, says horrific stories of sorcery-accused killings and gender-based violence does not truly portray PNG.
Unfortunately, we found ourselves in what we call Papua New Guinea's darkest place. And we would like all of the media to make sure that they always say that this is not a good representation of Papua New Guinea. We're taking a little bit of time to focus on something that needs to change in our country.
While efforts are being made to rescue sorcery-related violence victims in Enga province, there are more shocking stories from other provinces in the highlands and mainly in the Momase region and the autonomous region of Bougainville.
Her wounds are healing up. She will need psychological help as she grows up. But then she finds herself in a country where her mother's killers were never brought to justice. And she pays for the alleged sins of her mom, because we couldn't do much to accord her the justice that she deserves. And hence us calling her justice, it's because she deserves it.
Lutheran missionary Lutz, who has helped a lot of these victims, says the idea of sangoma or sorcery is not real. During the press conference, Mr. Lutz showed a raw footage he had collected from his work as a human rights defender. The video was shown off camera and displayed the horrifying tortures of women accused of sorcery in the highlands.
This path that we're on is not the right path for our country. This business of, especially in the highlands, torturing people on accusations and murdering them often is not the path forward, and we all know that.
Secretary of Community Development Anna Solomon said the situation in the country in relation to gender-based violence and accused sorcery-related violence has political attention.
Our plan, what kind of community capacity enhancement initiatives can we bring to the communities?
Now, could the Prime Minister finally put together a bipartisan committee from both sides of the House so that you can show him female population of this country or this parliament, even though there are no women here, that we are fairly representing and we are equally concerned about how our women are being treated across the country.
In terms of the long-term solution to some of these issues and challenges we have, Mr. Speaker, our government, as you will note in the budget, for the first time has allocated some decent funding so that we can carry out awareness right across the country on a daily basis, whether it will be on radio or newspaper or television or at the community level. Close to about 40 million kina has been allocated for public awareness that this kind of behavior is wrong. We must continue to educate our people and change their mindset about their beliefs, particularly in sorcery and so forth. Mr. Speaker, we continue to profess ourselves as a Christian country. A Christian country means behaving like a Christian. Not believing and saying something and doing something else.
An amount of 2 million kina was allocated in the 2018 budget for accused sorcery-related violence. She said the issue needs everyone's cooperation to address it.
The work that each of you have done as individuals and NGOs and churches, community-based organizations, and government, especially those government public servants representing us at the district and at the rural areas. Finally, your cries have been heard.
Meanwhile, the Police Minister, Jelta Wong, told the media that the government has issued a directive for an immediate unit to be established specifically for sorcery-accused violence victims in the country. Stacey Yalo, National EMTV News.